Why do we seek out these kinds of landscapes? What are we after when we hurl ourselves into mythic spaces? What are we looking for? What are we hoping to find? What kind of biblical quality are we looking to engender? It is interesting to me, Joseph Campbell speaks to the power of myth in our lives. But a myth is more than a story. A myth is a psychic quality, a quality of psyche, a state of being, a particular psychology. It's what you might call the spiritual dimension of life. And of course, it's not bound by strict chronometry. It lives in more fluid and provisional matrices. It's a place of dream and religiosity and divinity and song, and there is a kind of warping of our perceptual qualities, and so everything becomes more musical, more meaningful, more salient, more whole, more holy, like a setting sun or a rising sun. It takes on the proportions of a miracle. And these experiences permit a kind of absolution. They permit a kind of nakedness, a kind of skinny dipping at the end of time. It's that moment when we shed all of our clothes and run to the water, into the splashing seas. A kind of freedom has been found when we can show ourselves to ourselves. There is an unbecoming and an unselfing that becomes a reselfing without the agitation, the fear, and the suspicion, without the trauma, the PTSD, the anxiety. There is a final permission to become whole once more, and to be whole is divine grace. To be whole is the aesthetic sublime. It has informed all of our gospels and all of our prayers and all of our religious life. It is this inclination to a truth beyond the literal grid, what the Greeks call katalepsis, the truth from which nothing can dislodge you. And this mythic life is a part of what it means to be human. It exists on top of the objective world, but it is real in another way. And this paying visitation perhaps to these spaces and modes of being, these passing songs, becomes a form of prayer that nourishes. It sort of re-nourishes us and reconnects us to an inner peace, a serenity of being, a kind of quintessence, and we are kind of brought back to life and brought back to ourselves over and over again. And I think once we accept that this is a part of who we are, maybe we can address the ills of our psyche that our material reality has not addressed, and we can finally heal the human soul. We can finally heal the human psyche. So, from this place, I bid you good afternoon, good evening, and good night.